Good day, learners! In this video lesson, we're going to discover the history and basis of naming elements. Elements can be found everywhere, in fact, in the entire universe, considering that they are the building blocks of all kinds of matter. To date, there are 118 named and identified elements, and 92 of them are naturally occurring, and only a small percentage are artificially prepared in the laboratories with the use of a new technology. Every element is described to be unique because each has its own name, chemical symbol, and atomic number. However, some elements may have the properties similar with other elements. These allow elements to be arranged in an ordered table called the periodic table, based on their increasing atomic numbers from left to right in periods and in groups for having similar chemical properties. Now, let's look back to the history of how elements are being arranged. So this is the timeline of the element arrangement. Have you seen a periodic table? Okay, let's take a look at this. This is the periodic table of elements. Elements are arranged based on their increasing atomic number from left to right in period. From last side, the horizontal, from top to bottom, it describes the energy level. We call it as periods. And from left to right side, the vertical, these elements have similar physical or chemical characteristic, and we call it as groups. In this periodic table, you will also see the name of elements and its symbol. Every element is described to be unique because each has its own name. But what are the basis of naming the elements? Here are the bases of naming elements. Some are named after the people who discovered the elements. For example, Einsteinium. It was named after Albert Einstein. He is known as the father of modern physics. Another example is Rutherfordium. It was named after Ernest Rutherford. He postulated the nuclear structure of atom. Other names of elements are derived from the minerals in which they are found. For example, calcium. This name is derived from the Latin word calyx, means lime, a mineral found in many foods. Another example is silicon. This name is derived from the Latin word silex, which means sand. Some elements have their names derived from their properties. For example, hydrogen. Its name is derived from the Greek word hydro, which means water producer. Some other elements are named after the places where they are discovered. For example, polonium, discovered in Poland. Another example, germanium, discovered in Germany. And some elements derive their names from mythological character or astronomical object. For example, helium, named after ancient Greek myth Helios, god of sun. Another example, uranium, derived from the name of the planet Uranus. Now in 1811, a Swedish scientist, Jons Jacob Berzelius, introduced the modern system of chemical nomenclature. He started the use of chemical symbols. He used the initial letter of the common or Latin name of an element in its capitalized form. If the chemical symbol consists of two letters, only the first letter is capitalized. Here are some of the common elements and their chemical symbols. For example, carbon, chemical symbol, big letter C. Oxygen, big letter O. Nitrogen, big letter N. Hydrogen, chemical symbol, big letter H. Calcium, chemical symbol, capital letter C and small letter A. Cobalt, big letter C and small letter O. Aluminum, big letter A and small letter L. Argon, big letter A and small letter R. And here are some of the elements with chemical symbols taken from their Latin names. Their English name, copper. Its Latin name, cuprum. So the chemical symbol, capital letter C and small letter U. Next is gold. Latin name, aurum. Chemical symbol, big letter A, small letter U. Silver. Latin name, argentum. Chemical symbol, from the first letter and the third letter of its Latin name. Capital letter A and small letter G. Iron, from Latin name ferrum. Chemical symbol, from the first letter of each Latin name and second letter. Capital letter F and small letter E. Lead, from Latin name plumbum. Capital letter P and from the fifth letter of its Latin name, B. So PB. Mercury, hydrargyrum. Chemical symbol, capital letter H, small letter G. Potassium, Latin name, kalium. Chemical symbol, capital letter K. Sodium, Latin name, natrium. Chemical symbol, capital letter N and small letter A. The International Union of Pure and Applied Chemistry is an international organization of scientists that decides on the naming of elements and assigning their chemical symbols. To be more familiar with the element's name, properties, and their chemical symbols, you can study the periodic table of elements. Now, you're going to answer your activity 1.1. Pages 12 to 13 in your module. Complete the given table with the information needed with the use of the periodic table of elements. Then you're going to answer activity 1.2. You're going to decide whether the given information is a fact or a bluff. Write F if fact and B for bluff. Now, to summarize what we have discussed, also, with the use of the periodic table, make a list of the names of elements with their chemical symbols in your notebook. Observe the correct way of writing the chemical symbols. And then you're going to answer your assessment.